Hi there and welcome back to History of Fleetwood Mac. I'm Anita. As you can see, today we're going to try something very different. I don't even have a microphone on, which was probably kind of dumb, but I'm holding the phone because I just could not figure out how to get my stand to look down at the stuff while I can pull it out. Today I thought I would show some posters that I have that are not in frames and not rolled up. I thought I would make another video, kind of a joke, like the unfurling of posters because so many are rolled up. I tried for the longest time to keep everything flat, but that didn't happen, as you can see. The other bummer part about this, you'll see a lot of these are, they have some wear and stuff like that, which is just super depressing, which is also kind of why I'm trying to get, when I say get rid of them, I don't mean that in a negative way, just you know, they need to be somewhere where they can be appreciated. And moving them around and such like that, again, is just kind of depressing that they keep getting damaged. Once upon a time, this banner here and this Tusk poster were the coup de grace pieces to have. I don't know, I think they're around still, but not quite as much as they used to be. This one is really cool because it is a reversible poster. So if you got tired of the one picture, you could have the other one for a period of time. Sorry, Gypsy keeps trying to jump on the bed if you see a sudden jolt in the camera. Yeah, I just didn't know how else to do this. And, you know, my boyfriend would not stand here and do something. I have a tripod, but I just could not figure out to get it to look like, you know, down onto the item. So I hope this is not too jumpy. Yet another Tusk poster that was dual-sided. They really did a lot of promotion for Tusk. I mean, obviously it was the follow-up to Rumors, so they're go big or go home. Sorry, that's probably going to be really annoying on the thing. You know, still I can just, when I look back at some of the posters and stuff like that, there just seems to be so many for Tusk. But yeah, those were two really special posters. This you guys have seen in my Mirage scrapbook. This is another one. The Sunday Funnies, I think obviously from like 1980 or something like that. I wish this had a date, but it does not. This was a poster I got some time ago. It's still on the cardboard part, and it was once upon a time, it was, I can't read that. Oh, from Tower Records. Wow, for $4.99. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? What's even crazier are tickets for $9.50. Again, during the Tusk era, so pretty cool. This was a large photograph I had, was given to me some time ago. It is unfortunately on paper. You saw some of them in my scrapbook. This one I just don't want to trim down. I should, because it's doing me no good here. But if I trimmed it down, I'd have to take like a lot where you can just see her boot. And I really don't want to do that. I know it's dumb. Or take off part of her hat. So it's kind of a no-win situation. This one as well, this one I had blown up from the picture that I received. Just because I was so smitten with it, and I should probably put that in my book too. This one I have actually downstairs, framed as well, so I was happy to see there was another one here. This one is actually probably in better shape than the framed one. It's hard to say. But once upon a time, a very favorite poster. I mean, this is probably a poster I would not give up, that, you know, someday I would like to have framed. Because we all know how much I love Mirage and Tango era. Again, this is another poster you guys have probably seen. This was Dawn's, actually. This one got signed at the end. You can see the signature here by Michael Grimm at the end. So that one I can't get rid of because that's hers. I thought I weeded out all the non-people in there, which was yet another pile. But this Red Cooter thing is pretty cool. And I forget exactly how he's related to Stevie, other than he's on the, not the heavy metal soundtrack. There's another one. I forget, but they share. And funny enough, when I met him, Streets of Fire maybe? When I met him, I had him sign my cassette tape cover of that because it was, to me, like related to Stevie. And so, and I don't even know where that is. Nice guy. I think he's since passed. I met him in, gosh, it doesn't even say what year, but probably like 2007, I'd say. This was, I think this one is an official promo one for Buckingham McVie, sorry. Yeah, right here. This one I have two of. So funny. I keep thinking I did not get the Portland poster. This one I will frame too. This was a really special concert. When I get to that point, you'll see why But I really want the one from Reno because I also saw the show in Reno. So I have two Portland, and I think I got another Portland thinking I did not have a Portland. But I have a Portland, and then somebody was nice enough to send me like Tampa or something like that, which is really cool, but it's the same picture, and I didn't go to a show in Tampa, so I'm kind of on the fence about that. This was a really cool display I remember getting from, I just said I remembered, didn't I? I'm pretty sure Tower Records, I'd say. But it was a proper display. It has no hack mark on it. But yeah, it was a piece that was in the store. So I thought that was really cool to have that. This was a poster from the Mill Valley Film Festival, which I should have, if I haven't done those videos already, they'll be coming up shortly. This was a nice one that I had poster boarded. And again, you can see, look at that. It just makes me sick. Even the poster board is just, it wasn't done really well. Ugh, it just makes me so nauseous. That's just ridiculous. I'm so depressed. Ugh, sorry. This was a really cool lithograph. These are hard to come by. I don't know how expensive they are. It was really cool because it did have that crease in it already, but the nice embossed Fleetwood Mac Say Will. I don't know if I could get this fixed again. But it came with that error in it, which is unfortunate. But then there's these other pieces here. It's into this here. Oh, so depressing. I guess I could have it framed and kind of, get it close to here so you'd see very little of this and the outerwear. But this was a really nice, poster. And this was something really special to get at the time of Say You Will. So cute with all of Stevie's artwork and her little protector, spirit protector while they're recording. This was this is a favorite. This is probably one I would never get rid of because it's just so freaking beautiful. This is let's see if I can pull back a little on that one. The other side of the mirror. Just so nice to have that picture just so large, and then the stuff there at the bottom is really cool. It's actually not that bad, considering. I've had more than one copy, so maybe this, I don't know, maybe this was the worst one, but still not bad. Here is the Tampa, Florida one I was talking about. If you guys saw my videos on t-shirts, you'll note that this is one of my favorite posters. Back in the day, this one and the one, another Rumors one, where they're at the Day on the Green or something like that, these were really hard to come by, and they were pricey. And so I was really excited to have this one, and I've held on to this one. I've never sold it and forgotten it. This is one I've had since forever. So I really treasured this one. And this one I should really get framed. It's funny. It's not a favorite picture or anything like that. I don't know. I think it's just because of when I got it and just kind of how obscure it is. And speaking of obscure, I've shown this postcard during the Rock a Little part of my scrapbooks. And probably mentioned that there is this poster, which again is just as rare. This is an exact replica of the postcard, or the postcard's a replica of the poster. Again, this one has no hack mark. That's really funny. I never noticed that. It has it's like it's a bad print job or something like that, but these are really, really hard to come by. And I'm pretty sure they're UK or France or something like that. I mean, even the art, well, that's not too bad. But here it's kind of pixely and such. Another favorite for people. I certainly had this up in my room for ages. And again, this is one I've had several of over the years. I don't know if it's mine, doesn't matter. I'm just saying. Trying to get it so you can get the whole picture. Gosh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I hope... We'll see if this video even goes. I'm recording it, and then I'm going to watch it, and if it's too jerky. I could not figure out a nice way. I mean, as you can see, they're quite large. These are 24 by 36, I want to say, the standard average of large posters. There's a small one here and there. This is another one hard to come by. Unfortunately, it has this corner wear tear, I should say. But I'm stoked to have it. And this is one I would keep. This is one I would like framed one day. I just think it's a great picture. And it's so different. It's funny when you look at that, or I have one of Christine McVie, or there's a couple of her, and it's nice to see something different. I know that sounds dumb, but I'm so accustomed to having all my Fleetwood Mac and Stevie posters up. So not having had this one, and I don't think I've ever put it up. Maybe I did. But, you know, it's just nice to look up and see something different. This is the Day on the Green poster I was talking about. Now, you guys will remember my story. If you don't, it's pretty funny. And it's signed by the artist. And this one is definitely mine. I think I've told you the story, but I will tell you again quickly. When my husband, now ex-husband, went to Beirut, Lebanon, for the first time after we were married, he left me with a certain amount of money to hold me, because he goes, you know, when you go overseas like that, you go for like a month plus. And I want to say the first weekend after he was gone, there was like an antique expo in San Mateo, California, where they came every year. And this one, for the first time in my life, had like a separate room that was all rock and roll merchandise. And I walked in that room, and that was right in front of me, like straight ahead of me. And I beelined for that thing and paid so much money that I basically ate top ramen for the rest of the time that my husband was gone. I think I told him that afterwards, but not me. I was so embarrassed because I just like blew all my money, all the money I had for groceries. Thankfully, not things for bills, because he left like checks for that. But yeah, that's not just, you know, a great poster, but that's also, you know, a funny story for me, a funny memory. Because I was just, oh my God, I was so giddy. And walking up to it like I was walking up to it like somebody's going to cut me off and try and get it before me. It was pretty funny. Although this is somewhat current, I mean, you know, we're getting towards the end of any Fleetwood Mac posters, you know, as far as their career and any, you know, formation of Fleetwood Mac. I'm not sure that the 2013 had any posters, to be honest with you. Or 2014, 2013, 14, they might have. But then the ones with Neil Finn and MC, the guy whose name I can never remember. But anyway, so even though this one is kind of new, I don't see them a lot. I really don't see a lot of Unleashed posters from the 2009. I see some 2003, 2004 stuff, but not really 2009, 13, 14, etc. This one is one that came, this is not unique or anything like that. I just liked it flat. This came on the inside of the deluxe Say You Will CD. So it was all folded up. But it's a great poster. It's something, gosh, I don't know what I would do with it. I mean, it should be folded and put back with the CD to keep it intact, because I'm weird like that, want everything together. But I don't know. I don't know what I'll do with it. But I'm not, you know, I've thought about cutting it up and putting it in my scrapbook, but that's just kind of sacrilegious, and yeah, who knows. This one, again, another favorite, just for the sake of being, you know, so unusual. And it's, you know, of course, large. So it's a large photo of that, or, you know, large print of that photo is what I'm trying to say. And the kind of the first Fleetwood Mac poster that pertains to Stevie Nicks, even though she's not shown or mentioned here. But yeah, it's just kind of, I'm kind of fond of it for that respect. And this one is kind of hard to come by too. This one is one, I had a couple of these. I sold a couple of these for friends of mine. Wow, when they first came out, which was 98, and this is signed by Bob. I have a couple things signed by him. Boy, these were hot and heavy. People wanted these so bad, and it is beautiful. I mean, it's one I thought about getting rid of because, again, I thought maybe somebody would like it, and I like photos. I'd like to have more photos framed in my posters. But this is being artwork, especially since I've been talking about Stevie's artwork or people's interpretation of Stevie or Stevie-like paintings. This is just freaking gorgeous. It's just a real nice homage to Stevie and Mucha, I think is how you say his name. Artist. And just the details and everything like that. It's really pretty. And he just did the face really well. This was a poster from the Rumors Convention, kind of a smaller poster. Still a cool little poster. Funny that we'd see this picture now all over the place with the, or pictures like that from the, well, no, I'm sorry, not exactly that one, but, you know, with the current, you know, the early pictures, like the ones that were on the cover of her record, her LP set. Again, I'm sorry, I know it's not this one, but, you know, just early pictures like that. And then this is one of two Christine McVie promo posters that came out. I do not have the other one. The other one is, an upright, not a, big words, Anita. A sideways, because that's the right word, poster. But this one is still really nice. You can see some real damage in the corner. It's just folded, actually. It's not even really that creased. It's just, oh, it is creased, but yeah. Let's see. These are in a nice box like a cover, like a big flat envelope. But, you know, some of the corners peek out. You know, it's like, do I roll them back up, you know, or just keep them? I don't know. It's so frustrating. Sorry, guys. I think I just showed you the CD of this and was talking about having had the cool little promotional piece that went with it for the display. This is like folded up on a cardboard card thing that had all the CDs. You know, it's dumb, but it's a cool little piece. This is the beautiful. This is another one I probably wouldn't give a. I don't know. I love these pictures so much. And again, when this album came out and this poster was available and people were getting it, it was just, oh my God, it's just such a big deal. I do like, I mean, obviously when I tell you guys these stories and I pull out my stuff, but I also do like how I feel every time I see stuff like this. Even though it's sometimes kind of depressing because some of the stuff gets damaged, it's the joy of like remembering that, getting that poster at, you know, my husband was out of the country, or getting, you know, this one when the item came out, or getting this one at the end. They handed out posters at the Wiltern, kind of like they do at the Fillmore. And this one is for, this one's not really important. First of all, Dawn and I are big fans of the Cult, so that was cool that they were on here. But this is for the, where is it at? Stormy Weather benefit show. So it's pretty cool to have on there. 2002, good grief. You've seen this. This is just, you know, the newspaper, just folded out and flat. Unfolded and flat, I should say. But I've shown you guys a couple of these. These don't really fit into my, you know, scrapbook. I mean, I guess I could kind of do one page where it's like that and you could open it, but I haven't decided if I'm going to do that or not. Same, I have a couple things like this. This is a nice, which I should have made kind of a separate video maybe, because I have quite a few things like this. They're not LP, they are LP flats, but they're a little different because they're usually the inserts or something like that that come with albums signed. And I have a handful of different ones from Lindsay. So that one's a great one. That one, obviously, keeping. This one I think was with purchase, so it wasn't signed in person. But this is just a great photo. I definitely have that framed. Here's the other Portland. This was one I took down off the wall at a show at the Aladdin in Portland. Actually, I was coming up on doing a video about that show, I think. That's funny. I should keep that one out. This is one I got. Boy, howdy. This is a big deal. I was at a flea market, again, with my ex-husband, and we really newly married. And he found this, and he's like, oh my God, this is so cool. I need to come get this. And I think for some reason he put like his signature or something on the back. He did something. It was so funny. Yeah, it's not here anymore. He did something because like we had to come back for it or something like that for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't want to walk around with her. He didn't, or he wanted something like that dumb. But I got it, and I'm like, oh man, that's so cool. And then like I'm in the car, and I'm like, 1970. You know, my little gears are going. It's like in here's, you know, a Tusk era photo, and I'm like, wait a minute. My introduction to like, you know, BS posters that, you know, people will make. Like this one. I mean, this is not a BS poster, but it is a reprint, I'm sure. Somebody told me it wasn't, but I don't know. It is pretty thick, but so is this one. Yeah, I'm sure this is a reprint. It's cute. It's cool. But this looks different, so it makes me wonder now. I've always thought this was a reprint, but I've actually never really noticed that. Or I have, and I just put it away, so... But that's probably, like, who reproduces it, so... This one, I don't know if this counts as a poster, and I think I've shown you guys in another video, but this was something I got out of Herbert Worthington's belongings, part of a big set that I got. And, you know, it's his photography, obviously, and then somebody's just done this art collage over it. And I think I'm sure I did the video where, because I was trying to, there's a signature, and I've never been able to make it out. And there's nothing on the back, but it's taped like this to the board and stuff. Yeah, it's super cool. I guess somebody could like have done it for Herbert, but he's really weird about having his pictures out there and worked on if it wasn't done by him or Stevie. So I have no idea how this came to be, if this was something, a project he was going to work on and do like some concept art or something. It is kind of 80s, you know, even though the pictures, well, the picture's 80s, but you know, the artwork to me looks kind of rock a little, but the picture definitely I would say wild heart. So who knows? Things I'll never sell for 1,000, please. Numbered, high numbers, but it doesn't matter. You know, it was murder trying to get these 24 karat gold lithographs. I had these up for a while. The unfortunate part is that when you frame them, you want to put them somewhere eye level and close. You don't want to put them like, you know, far away on a wall because they don't really transfer well. I had them above a bookshelf in my old place, one of my old places, and it was probably about 6 feet, 6 or 7 feet from the where I sat all the time. And I mean, I knew what was in the picture, but you know what I mean? It's so busy that you want something, you want to like walk up and see it more. It kind of just blurs out. And it is kind of a soft focus picture anyway. Oh, the Siggy. So I'm always surprised she let that one fly. And then this would be the other one. I definitely think the prettier of the two. I could give a shit less that she had a cigarette, but it's just the nicer picture, better reflection, everything like that. And this one has a little bit lower number. 900 out of 2,000 isn't bad. Don't care. As long as I have them, I'm super grateful. These were pictures, again, I've shown you some, I believe, but this one is, you know, I have the negative to this, one of Herbert's negatives. But many years before I had that, Herbert had made posters for sale, and they do include his stamp on the back. So 2007 it appears. I've seen a lot of these going on eBay. In fact, I even bought one, and a dupe because mine had gotten damaged, and there was no stamp on the back, and they were charging me about what you would have paid for a Herbert one. So beware. If you're looking at this, there's like about 4 or 5 different ones that came out around 2007. So if somebody has one, this is probably like a, gosh, what size is this? 20 by 14 maybe. And they say it's a Herbert Worthington print. Make sure it has that stamp, just if you want the real thing. I know a lot of people don't care about that anymore, but like I said, it's for the cost of, you know, what a Herbert one was going for. If they sold them for like $10, you know, telling you they were knockoffs, but that's also kind of not cool because, you know, these were distributed by Herbert. So now there's a whole bunch of fake ones running around. So that's just my old self talking. Another great poster of Lindsay. Definitely a favorite. I have some, you know, there's so many. Again, I think it's just because I don't have them up quite as much as I've had my Fleetwood Mac and or Stevie Nicks posters. So this was another find at yet another San Mateo Expo thing. And this is on super thick cardboard. Not super thick, but you know, pretty thick. And the damage it has is pretty much done, but I believe it was put on this. I don't think it got, what's what I'm looking for, you know, pressed onto it. All this stuff is on here. This is a very, very rare promo for Tusk. And what was really cool, even though there's, you know, pictures of Stevie and just everything that you would see in the Tusk album, the guy had no idea. And as soon as I said it, he's like, oh my God, yeah, duh. But he sold it to me for a song, basically like $25, $30, and I will hang on to this forever. This is a really cool piece, just something that you would, you know, definitely hang up and let people come and look at from near or far, because there's just so much detail, just like in the album, you know. I mean, how many years have we poured over the Tusk inserts and still found new things? So yeah, this one is a real special one to me. I don't think there's anything on the back, no. Just it's got some wear on it. It wasn't in mint shape by any means when I got it, and of course all this moving around has not helped. This is just in here because it's so large. March 1974, this is a picture I got of Herbert. I thought somebody told me it was a self-portrait. Part of his belongings and stuff. Just cool. It's such an odd shape, and because it's also on, you know, thicker cardboard, I don't want to put it in my scrapbook, and it's too tall, and I'm certainly not going to cut that down. So, this is the last thing. Yay me. So, sorry for the long video, but we're not even sure this is going to make it. This is the vinyl banner for the Dusty. Look at that. Jesus. Forgive me. The vinyl banner for Say You Will. And this one I begged Borders from. Yeah, and they finally gave in and literally handed me a bundle. Now, I don't know if I've told that story, probably, but they had like, they had this and they had a poster, I think like these, like the LP flats, you know, that go sideways, and some other stuff. And I think they were really nice, but I joke when I say they were just like, here, take it, get the hell out of here, stop bothering us. But not really. And I walked out of there like I just won the lottery. So that was pretty cool. So this is just like I said, I have many, many more. They're all rolled up. Some are framed. You've seen other ones that weren't in here that, you know, just have around the house and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this video makes it. And I really apologize for the shaky and, you know, change of view and stuff like that. Again, I didn't know how best to show my tripod thing. Just, it won't look down. It won't stand up and look down on something. So anyway. Thank you so much. Everybody I think I'm going to put this up, if it goes, for Friday. So everybody have a great weekend, and I'll be back on Monday. Bye.